Suddenly at 8:45 in the morning, we felt the building shudder. We heard kind of a muffled explosion. The tower started tipping. We moved about 20 feet. Then the building stopped. And I met Roselle coming out from under my desk. As soon as the building stopped moving, David turned and he looked out our window because the whole front of our office was glass, and he went, "Oh my God, Mike, there's fire and smoke and millions of pieces of burning paper above us. You don't understand. You can't see it." I didn't need to see it. I could hear it. I had a dog sitting next to me, not giving me any indication whatsoever that she was afraid. We walked to the stairs about 8:50 in the morning. A couple of floors down, I suddenly realized it smells like an airport. Oh my gosh, I must be smelling the fumes from burning jet fuel. And I observed that to the people who were around me on the stairs. And they said, "You're absolutely right. We must have been hit by an airplane." So we kept going down the stairs and got down about 10 floors when suddenly we heard from up above us somebody shout, "Burn victim coming through, move to the side." Soon after that, I think we realized how bad it had to be above us. David suddenly said, "Mike, we're going to die. We're not going to make it out of here." And I just said, "Stop it, David. If Roselle and I can go down these stairs, so can you." And he told me that brought him out of his funk. He said, "Okay, I'm better." He said, "I'm going to walk down the stairs, the floor below you, and I'm just going to shout up whatever I see." He told me later that he did that because that was his way on having something else to do to keep his mind off of his fears. David went down below and he started saying things like, "Hey, everything is okay here on the stairs. I'm on the 48th floor. Everything is good. Going on down. 47th floor, it's all clear." He became a scout and a voice for everyone in the sound of his voice to hear and focus on to keep calm. "Hey, everybody, I see firefighters coming up the stairs. Move to the side, let the firemen by." And the first guy finally got to us, and he stops right in front of me and goes, "Are you okay?" I said finally, "Look, I got my guide dog here. We're good. We're okay." "Well, that's really nice." And he starts petting Roselle. He walks up the stairs after giving Roselle some final pets. Roselle gave him some kisses. And that was probably the last unconditional love he ever got in his life. As we went down the stairs, somebody passed along water bottles because it was getting pretty hot. I finally got to the second floor. David was on the first floor, and he said, "The water sprinklers are running. They're going to have to run through a curtain of water." And this guy comes up to David and me. He goes, "I'll help you guys get out. We're escorting people out." We ran through the complex and finally up an escalator and got outside the building at 9:45, an hour after the plane hit. Everyone, I really appreciate you being here and thank you for listening. I really do hope that you go out and buy copies of Thunder Dog. Thanks very much.